What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're actually going to be playing a revisited deck, and I'll take you to it here in just a moment. Somewhere over the rainbow. There it is. This is actually the deck we used in the Versus for any of you that watched that video against Brosov. It was a Artificer deck that also had Vanquisher's banner in it, and I wanted to try tweaking it out a little bit and then actually try running it out in some regular matches, see how well it does. So that is our goal for today. That's on our agenda. Obviously you guys can see I've been working with, like I said, a lot of decks like normal, but I'm trying to find one that I like. I really enjoy playing and is really fun. Been messing around obviously with a lot of human tribals. The potential there is huge, I think. Spirit tribal is alright. You sort of run like a surveil, like close to a standard surveil Dimir deck, but just tweaked to only have spirits. Still works pretty well. Doom Draw, it's actually really fun, and Niv Mizzet in general, really enjoy that card. But nonetheless, about this deck, yeah, showcased it back whenever I played against Brosov, and the really cool thing about it is with artificers or artifacts, whatever you want to, however you want to label this deck, because you can actually place down Vanquisher's banner and target it to artifacts, just in case anyone was wondering. Artifact creatures cannot not be the target. Now they have another label on them, then you can attach it to the other label, but other than that, and I'm actually going to mulligan because this isn't how does that even happen? We have 24 land and we don't draw a single fucking one. Well, I would go first, but our opponent isn't even choosing anything. This is like, wow. Alright, we'll keep it. This is why I don't like mulliganing. Using mulligan in this game. Literally, if you have a bad hand and you mulligan, I feel like 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, somewhere around there, you're gonna get a worse hand. This game doesn't believe in like, well, probability says that. No, fuck that. Alrighty. Tell you what, we're not gonna continue with this. Probably just cut that out, actually. Alrighty. Try this all over again. See if we can actually draw one of the, 24 fucking cards we have in our deck against Jananin. Either way, we're gonna keep it this time. We actually have starter cards, all that good stuff. Gearsmith Prodigy, actually not too great of a card, but with the banner down and an artifact, she actually gets pretty good. This is good. We'll play play Aviation Pioneer next turn, and then the artifact, the Thopter that she creates, will sort of spawn the rest of our creatures being very strong. Enhanced Surveillance turn 2. That makes me wonder. Because, like, if you have a creature that could use Surveil, normally you would play it turn 2, but maybe he's just trying to get through his cards. Maybe he doesn't really have anything. Who knows? We'll go for the direct attack. And now with our Thopter out on the board, Scholar of Stars, draw a card when you play him. Aerial Engineer, Flying, +2, and obviously Aethershield Artificer is really strong in this deck. +2/+2 to artifacts, plus they gain indestructible for the turn. Really hard to beat. I was hoping for another land there. Unfortunately, our mana curve didn't play out exactly as I would have wanted. That's alright. That's fine, I'll use him to block our Aviation Pioneer if I had to guess about it. Still can attack on his turn though, so that's alright as well. So our Gearsmith Prodigy would block and kill him. That would not be worth it for him. He may take out our Gearsmith Prodigy if he just like, okay, yeah. So I say if he just like doesn't have any monster cards in hand, maybe if he wants to negate a little bit more damage, but yeah. Barrier of Bones make it certainly more annoying for us to attack, but if we can ever get another land, we shouldn't have a problem. Of course, we still have a Conclave Tribunal, but I'm trying to save that for any real cards. He's attacking. I'm not gonna block whatever trick or whatever he was planning on using. Not worth it. I guess we'll just play another Aviation Pioneer. Not really what I wanted, but I guess you don't always get what you ask for. Of course, we'll go all in again. And there is another Whisper Agent. He is getting mighty low. But obviously with a Dimir deck. And I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Still on his turn. Put a Whispering Snitch and a Lazav, the multifarious. Do we use both of them to block? I think we do. I think we do. Really? Really need to draw a land. I was gonna say what we really need is to get out some of these cards, but yeah, really need to draw a land. Do I Conclave? I don't think so. And I guess I just took him for 1 damage because yeah, card draw and you know whatnot. 3 lands. Maybe I should actually keep like a little notebook and count out how many times I get mana screwed versus actually getting decent mana, and do the math on the probability to see if the game's probability is actually off. But I feel like it is. Like sometimes the math of how many cards you have and the probability of having that just doesn't add up. And I guess people can attribute that to gambler's luck or whatever it may be. I need to move this Scholar of Stars over. It's kind of annoying me. There is another land. Hallelujah. 3 years later. Tell you what, let's go ahead and play the Scholar of Stars. If he's gonna counter anything, I'd rather it be Scholar of Stars than the Engineer or the Artificer, and now we're just getting lands like crazy, so that's great. Next turn we'll probably try the Aerial Engineer, see if we can actually get him down. So we can deal a little bit more than just 1 damage each turn. Alright, so that's only going to deal 1 damage to him because he has Whispering Snitch out, which it's actually a pretty good card in the Surveil decks, but his deck feels a little thrown together with the Lazav and the Whisper Agent. I don't know, maybe there's more of a focus to it and he's just not drawing the right cards, but seems like it's a bit. He's gonna try and bring back somebody like a Whisper Agent. I mean, he can, but is it gonna Surveil again whenever he brings it back? That's a good question. If he no, okay. Well, that's cool. For me, not him. Sucks for him. Great for me. Why would you actually do that? No. No, I would not want to do that. I want to save enough mana to opt. I don't care about Conclave Tribunal. So yeah, well, okay. We will, get Aerial Engineer out. Doesn't have any cards to block it with anyways. We're gonna wait to attack. No need to rush into things. He's already got pressure on him. We got lethal in what, 2 turns? So if we can get an Aethershield Artificer down, we'll have it 3. Nope, still would be 2 turns. Okay. Well, that's fine. Paying 4 of his mana just to take out our 4/4 flyings. Perfectly alright. We'll go down Aethershield Artificer. Card we really don't want to die. He'll go back up to 10. See if he actually attacks. No? Alright, let's go ahead and scry. Plains. 1 more mana next turn is not going to change what we can play. Vanquisher's Banner. I think we do play it. It'll only make it'll obviously just make our creature cards that much stronger. So yeah, Artificer can't actually select it for artifacts, unfortunately. So done. And it makes it to where, like Scholar of the Stars, you draw 2 cards whenever it enters the battlefield as long as you have an artifact. And obviously with an Artificer deck, you should have artifacts somewhere, some way, some shape, somehow. So we can't actually attack with Scholar of Stars, but I'm not going to because he'll just use his Lazav. Which, I mean, that wouldn't be a... I guess it wouldn't be a terrible trade. And what, we still have our 3/3? Yeah. Let's put some pressure on him. Can't just sit back and play peacefully against the Dimir. He should use him. Yeah, wipe him out. That's fine. I just don't want to kill a creature later and him come back with multifarious. Dimir Informant. I mean, the 1 damage we keep dealing, he keeps healing and then dealing to us, so it's like whatever. But next turn we'll get Aethershield Artificer down, so our Thopter will actually start dealing a little bit more. And yeah, I can't remember too much what other cards we have in here. I know they're all artifact / artificer related. Maybe some divinations or something like that. We just keep drawing land though. That's unfortunate now. Ask and ye shall receive, huh? Okay, I think we do play the Artificer. He can counter it. Shit, I didn't really think about that. Probably should have played Scholar of Stars. Oh well, it worked out. I want to Conclave Tribunal his Whispering Snitch just because it's just being an annoying piece of shit at this point. But at the same time, no. I don't have any defenses then. If I do it this turn, I could probably do it next turn. If I draw a land, I can do it next turn. We'll see. Because then I can just tap 1 creature and use it, and then use my other 4 land or mana, whatever you want to call them, to summon another Aethershield. Or I guess I could do Scholar of Stars, draw 2 more cards, see if I get a land from that. That's not a bad play either. And of course he comes out as a 4/3. We'll see though. Obviously Aethershield is the quicker play, so to speak, for ending the game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Although now he doesn't really have any mana to counter it either, so it might be a better play. We'll see. We get another one. Okay, so yeah. Sure, why not? We'll play it. Still not a land, but an Aerial Engineer is actually a pretty good thing here for us. We will go ahead and Conclave Tribunal. Okay, that, and her. and we'll take out the Whispering Snitch so we don't have to worry about how much he surveils anymore or any of that, as that is his only surveil card. Now our Thopter will go up to what, 5/5? It's indestructible, so. And next turn we have lethal once again within that red zone of health. Hopefully we can knock him out. This guy is taking quite a bit of time to take his turns, but there goes Price of Fame. That's actually a pretty good play for him. Fortunately, we do still have artifacts on the field, so Aerial Engineer does still work perfectly fine and is lethal damage. So, not fretting too hard on that front. And he just used all of his mana on, or land on Price of Fame, so he doesn't actually have any more. So, that's actually good. Ooh. Do we control 3 artifacts? No, we control 1. Maybe I should think about putting in some more artifacts. Let's play Scholar of Stars. We'll play Aerial Engineer. I don't... Sometimes I get too carried away, and I know, and I did that last video where I'm just trying to, like... No. And we don't want to attack. But I did that last video where I was trying to go for the fun gameplay and all that instead of just going for the victory. And honestly, if he just wants to keep using Price of Fame, like, that's okay with me. He's essentially wasting his turn. And once Tezzeret's out, I can just create Thopters, so honestly, should probably do that this turn since he did kill, I don't even know what happened there. He just dealt damage to me somehow. Wasn't paying attention. I was talking. That's what happens. Whatever. Yeah. He's just sort of dancing in a circle dealing damage to me, and you can't counter this spell. So, might as well. Don't want to draw a card. We'll create a Thopter. Maybe now he'll see the beauty of our deck. And no attackers. Unfortunately, he does have a pretty good walled off defense. Next turn, however, we'll probably get down our oh, Creeping Chill. Maybe that's what he did earlier. He discarded it from his deck and it dealt damage to me. Nonetheless, that's what, putting him at a 5/5. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and use Aethershield Artificer. Okay, there's the surrender. Finally, he admits defeat. So, game 1 goes to us in a rather awkward match versus a Dimir deck. And we'll continue on to a game 2. Depending on the time, I may or may not have time to actually play 3 today. But you guys know how it goes sometimes. So yeah, the beauty in this deck is the Aethershield Artificer is really strong with the Thopters, as it can make your little 1/1 flying Thopter, as you saw, 7/7 with indestructible. I'm gonna keep this hand just because the potential, if we draw right, is huge. That's not exactly what I meant when I said draw right, but you know, I guess it's something we can play before our Aerial Engineer to... Okay, that's unfortunate. There goes our Curious Obsession, more than likely. I doubt he'll take Vanquisher's Banner. Not once he sees my creature type and he sees Vanquisher's Banner. He's going to know we're playing sort of a janky deck. Yeah, there goes Curious Obsession. And Creeping Chill of all cards to get rid of. That's unfortunate. And we'll just keep playing our Meandering Rivers and just sort of waiting, I guess. Fortunately, didn't draw any early plays. Could have mulliganed, but not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of a fear of mulliganing after that first turn where we just got absolute shit on with nothing. But we'll get our Gearsmith Prodigy out this turn, so I guess I should hush up with my complaining. And what we will probably do is next turn play Scholar of Stars, turn after that Aerial Engineer, and then Vanquisher's Banner. And that should be an even curve out with our mana as well. Minus Aerial Engineer, obviously we'll have one left over, but man, we're gonna have to do something in fast. His deck's burn is really getting to us. So we'll go ahead and we don't have an artifact out yet. Okay, we'll still go ahead and play Scholar of Stars, even though we don't get to draw. At least he can attack and kill his Whispering Snitch if he doesn't defend. Obviously, he shouldn't defend, as Whispering Snitch is generally a key piece in Surveil decks. Of course, he's not just playing Surveil, he actually has some red in there too. Whether it's splashed or actually equal, I guess we'll find out, but it's not seeming like Creeping Chill. Okay, so he's definitely going for a burn deck, right? That's already 2 Creeping Chills we've seen. Now we can actually get our Vanquisher's Banner down, which is an artifact, so all of our bonuses will happen now. We can go ahead and swing in with both of them. And Chart of Course is actually pretty good too. I think next turn, yeah, next turn we'll play our Aerial Engineer and okay. Well, nonetheless, we were starting to turn that hand around anyway, so victory for game 2. Maybe he just wasn't drawing any cards past that. Maybe he had a land full of hand. Either way, take the victory. Our hand was starting to look pretty good nonetheless. Let me pull up my jacket sleeve. Sorry, they're getting a little bit annoying. Moom, something like that. That's who our opponent is. Yeah. We'll keep it. It's, again, not ideal, but we can at least attack with the Gearsmith Prodigy and use Chart of Course, even if it means we sacrifice one. Gearsmith Guardian is great in combination with our creatures. There's a Curious Obsession, so that's actually good. We could go ahead and get one down on the Gearsmith Prodigy. Let's see though, if this guy's playing a mono green, yeah, and it looks like he is. The ramp is hard. There's a Druid of the Cow. We should definitely save any removal for bigger creatures. I could go ahead and Chart a Course. Curious Obsession, he's not going to get to attack directly, so that's not going to deal any damage. I could just attack and play Chart a Course. Now, I'm not really worried about him attacking next turn, dealing 1 damage, whatever. Okay, let's reorganize this madness of cards. Alright. Well, that's not bad. He's gonna tap us for quite a bit with that, but I guess it means we can use Curious Obsession now. We can get down Aviation Pioneer. Would give us our artifact bonuses. I go Curious Obsession on the Gearsmith Prodigy. Play another Gearsmith Prodigy. I get to draw. I'll wait on that. Yeah. I really want the card draw. Okay, Plains. I'll actually take that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play out Gearsmith Prodigy. So that's actually 4 mana. Next turn we can go and play Aviation Pioneer and then Aerial Engineer. And maybe we can curve out with mana. There's another island. So there's Aviation Pioneer. Now we can actually attack with Gearsmith Prodigy, and I doubt he'll block it. Maybe if he has an instant. Ooh, if he does, that's gonna be bad. Well, obviously it won't be terrible, but it would be a pretty shitty trade if he just gives him another Titanic Growth. Alrighty. I guess. Okay. So. What? Alright. We'll play one more. Just checking time, but goodness gracious. Play one more, see if we can't get a decent game out of it. But I guess we are so far undefeated as well, so that's kind of good. I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe that's why he surrendered. I do sometimes have that. You mess up on one play and you just tilt yourself so hard that. Which the thing with Magic is you can actually make one play that costs you the whole game. So that is unfortunate. A lot of games like League of Legends or something, you can sort of make a mistake, and it's a little bit like baseball or football, where if you hustle enough and you catch your opponents out at the right time, then you know you can come back. But in Magic, it's very, very difficult to catch a good player making a mistake, because it's just really about like turn order, you know, when to play things, the probability of what you'll draw next. Like that's all in the math. So there is no like really right or wrong with it. There's just simple facts. Now sometimes obviously going with the lower probability is what you need to win, but do I go ahead and play Aether? I think so. We don't worry about Conclave yet. His River Sneak's not dealing that much damage, but this will counter his aggro with a little bit of our own. We can actually go ahead and attack with Pioneer as well, as his Deep Root champion can't really block. So yeah, we'll save Conclave for an actual threat, and Gearsmith Guardian is actually going to be a pretty good play as well. Let's see, we'll have what, 5 next turn. +2, +2, and flying, huh? That's an interesting deck. Very interesting to say the least. So I think what we'll do here, Conclave Tribunal, take out the Deep Root champion, or take out the River Snake. River Snake's going to deal 2 damage every turn, but if we do that, then we can't play anything else unless we tap those 2. Then we could play an Aviation Pioneer and get another Thopter out. Gearsmith Guardian, what would do this turn? Nothing really. I mean, it can become a 7/7 indestructible. That's not bad. We do have 2 Aviation Pioneers. Okay. Play an Aviation Pioneer and we'll play Conclave Tribunal. And we'll do white, blue, boom, boom. And we'll take out take out the Deep Root Champion. I don't want to deal with that, to be quite honest. Add it to the one that can attack, obviously. We'll keep our Aethershield Artificer back, just in case he has any sure strikes or shit like that on his Lava Runner. I'd rather him hit it on our Artificer than on us, because obviously we're running a little bit low on health. But yeah, let's get another Thopter out. So far, that's our win condition right here. So. We're actually doing double the amount of damage he is, so we should theoretically be able to end it quicker than him. Obviously, he only has a land in hand if he just played that land. I'm glad I saved Gearsmith Guardian, so we'll play Master Thopterist. And I don't want to sacrifice 2 artifacts actually and draw a card. Go on to combat. And, whoa. Yeah, that's how I want it. And next turn we have Lethal. So, let's see if he can cook up some way to save himself. Maybe, maybe not. Just full-blown attack, huh? Alrighty. Just like that. Oh, maybe he has something that gives him trample. I didn't think about that. Probably should have put another Aviation Pioneer on the Lava Runner just in case. That makes him a 6/6, but that's still not enough damage. So that's going to be a GG. My turn. Alrighty. So actually went undefeated with this deck. Won the 2 games that were actual games, and I don't know if those 2 people that conceded were actually thinking they were going to lose, or maybe they just drew the wrong cards. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed today. I'll go back over the deck one more time if I can find it. Magic has actually been having some problems with their like deck sorting. So yeah, Curious Obsession in here just for the simple card draw. 1 mana for even 1 card draw is pretty much worth it, as you have cards that are 2 mana for 1 card draw. So yeah, just getting it out there on a Thopter early, or hell, even a Gearsmith Prodigy to tap out 2 card draw, still perfectly worth it, and that's why you only keep 2 in the deck and not 4. Opt, obviously a good cheap card. So this deck is a bit aggro. And you definitely don't want to go into late game with this deck. It would be rather difficult to sort of bolster the strength needed to win a game. So yeah, try to keep it at mid game. Nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me scratch my eyebrow. If you did, leave a like down in the section, somewhere down there. And comment in the comment section if you have anything you want to say, any suggestions, deck ideas, yada yada. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.